Hey everybody, how you doing guys? All right, it is Wednesday night. This is day one and video two of the 3-day coach sneak peek. And tonight I am coming to you live alone. Natasha is putting a little to bed, and I really just want to talk about, this is weird, the empty chair. I'm not used to that. I'm just gonna push that empty chair out of the way so I don't notice it and realize that Natasha's not beside me. But tonight I want to talk about some questions, objections, a few myths, and common questions that may stop you from deciding to take this opportunity. A couple of main questions that we've heard in the past from people, and common concerns that we've heard from people in the past. If you heard or watched our video this morning, you know a little bit about us, in that I have a background in personal training, and that we used to own a gym. And owning a gym and a training facility is a very traditional style business, which is very oppositional to what we do now, which is online training. And really the main difference between those two things, well, one of the main differences rather between those two things is the expenses involved. And I'll tell you, and we're going to get into expenses around this business specifically, online coaching specifically, in another day. But I don't know why I wrote this down, but it was just something that I was thinking about, that to start a business like this is very minimal compared to starting a brick and mortar business, which we did, which cost us thousands of dollars. Also going to dispel some myths as well tonight. I'm not going to go too long, maybe 15 minutes max. So actually, I didn't really mention that on the last video, that we're going to try and keep all the videos in the sneak peek around 15 minutes. So we're not taking up too much of your time, of course, and trying to get you as much information as possible. Actually, let's go right back to the lows. There's a low startup fee when you start an online coaching business. When we had our gym, we paid things like rent, all the utilities, and we had employees too. We had other trainers working, so we had to pay them as well. Marketing was a huge thing that we had to pay for when you're running your own training facility, right? Because back then we had to get people into the front door. And social media, we didn't really know much about social media then and how to really market through social media. So we ended up really paying for advertising, and it's just a disaster. There's a very low startup costs involved with online programs, online training, and online coaching specifically. Number two thing I really hear a lot about is, and we said the same thing, because we really didn't think that we were any good at this, and that's selling. I don't know how many times I've heard people say, I can't sell, I hate selling, I'm not a salesperson. Firstly, I think we're all salespeople, because have you ever seen a kid not close a deal? We were down at Summit in Indianapolis, and somebody brought this up in one of the talks on the weekend, that kids are the best salespeople because they do not take no for an answer. But that being said, I understand that we don't really sell either. Okay, what we do is we share about ourselves, right? We share our lifestyle. We share what we do in our family. We share how these programs have helped us. And we share how the opportunities helped us. We share about how Natasha's retired from her corporate job and now works full-time from home and has, freedom of time to do the things she loves to do, including, taking the kids to school and not having to worry about being late, doing things during the day, being able to go to field trips during the day and not having to be restricted to that 9-to-5 lifestyle. We invite people to join challenge groups. We invite people to join coach sneak peeks. We invite people to join the coaching opportunity. We don't sell them on it, right? And we do this by being really consistent on social media. If you've been following us for any amount of time, you've seen that's what we do. The other greatest thing is that we don't really have a boss that tells us what to do and how to do it and to sell. It's really based on what we want to do, right? How much we want to share really equals how much income you end up making and how successful you are in being a coach. Basically, it's based on how much work you want to push into it. One of the other beautiful things is that there's, I didn't want to get into this just yet, but there's no set vacation as well, right? Natasha herself doesn't have to tell anybody when she goes on vacation. I still do because I'm still at my full-time job. What was the other thing I want to talk about? The training. I don't know. Another thing we're going to talk about here is I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know anything about it. Well, I think we talked about this morning. We touched on it a bit. Is the training involved, that we fully train you how to do it, what to do, when to do it. It's really a community of coaches that we have. There's our group of coaches, and then there's a group of coaches that we work with, and the training programs that are involved in there really lay everything out. Plus, we have team calls every week, so you're never really at a loss of what to do or how to do it. And of course, if you ever are, we're always there to help. That's our job as your coach, is to help you get your business set up and get you rolling and get you making it working right. Just going back to the social media thing and not selling, your brand, right? Your products aren't your brand. You aren't the products. People aren't going to join you for products, right? They're really secondary. Even tertiary, that's the third thing. Really primarily is that your brand is you, right? So sharing you is what's going to attract people to you and attract people to your accountability groups, which I would say is secondary. And then of course to, the product Shakeology or performance line or whatever else they want to use, tertiarily. One of the other main things that we deal with as online coaches and being aligned with Beachbody, of course, which is network marketing, is that some people tend to think, and I really think this is an old school way of thinking, that old pyramid scheme, right? Okay, so first off, pyramid schemes are illegal, and network marketing companies are extremely and highly regulated to ensure that they aren't illegal entities such as pyramid schemes. Basically what pyramid schemes are, if you don't know what they actually are, is they're like an investment pyramid where people put in large sums of money and they see very little return. There's generally no product involved and there's no service involved. It's just an exchange of money. The beautiful thing about the online coaching opportunity is that you keep all your money, right? Every single cent that you earn as income is yours, right? You aren't paying to anybody else. You're not paying any residuals to anybody else. You're not paying a percentage to anyone else. Your income is yours. The only thing you really have to pay monthly is a $15 coach fee, which ensures that you have an online office, right? And that's the beautiful thing about it, is all your accounting, all your customers, everything else are all done for you and put in an online office, so you can log into it and you can check all your records, all your stats, everything in there. That's really the only thing you have to pay for, other than Shakeology, and we'll talk about that afterwards. Everything you get or you earn, you receive. And that includes your weekly income, that includes any bonuses that you make, it includes any quarterly bonuses that you make. And we'll get into income tomorrow. Okay, I don't want to get too deep into that. I have some notes here, but I don't want to get too deep into that tonight. You know what? I always think of, when people mention pyramid schemes, I always want to kind of say, well, if you're in the corporate world, like the job I work at right now is a corporate job, and I'm a project manager for a company, so I'm on the lower end of things in the management scheme of things, because you have your employees, then you have your supervisors, then you have your middle management, then you have your upper management, then you have your executives and your CEO, and it goes up and up and up. And at no point in a corporate job can the person down here make more than the person up here, right? So everything flows up to that main CEO, and they're the only ones really making the big money. So I happen to think that corporate jobs are a lot closer to pyramid schemes. This is really based on you, right? It's about you. It doesn't matter what I do in my business as much as it matters what you do in your business, and any coaches that you bring into the coaching opportunity, it has to do with their business, right? We all work on our own. Okay. And of course, if I do better, you do better. If you do better, I do better, because we all benefit from the opportunity, of course. And we're going to get into that tomorrow with income and compensation plan and everything else. But the one other great thing about this is that you never have to store any product. Okay. You don't have to buy. You don't buy a whole bunch of stuff and then you have to make sure that you get rid of it in order to make income or anything like that. You're not storing vacuum cleaners and then having to sell them, right? You're not storing anything. There's no buy-in for a product at all. Really the only thing that you ever buy in is if you aren't already like a customer who's already bought a challenge pack. That would be the only thing that you ever have to buy in for. It's a real great system that's set up for your success. All right, and I'll leave it at that. Number 4. Excuse me. Number 4, something we hear is there's a few things. I'm not a fitness professional. I don't know much about business. And one other big one is I'm not at my goal weight. And I'll tell you what, we were just down in Indianapolis at Coach Summit, and there are over 20,000 coaches there. And the range of people at Coach Summit is really amazing, right? You have, both genders, you have every culture, every creed, every religion, every size of person, every person from every type of socioeconomical position. It's everybody, right? Anybody and everybody can be a coach, and that really shines through when we're at Coach Summit, because you see everybody. You see fitness model type people. You see people who are still on their journey. You see people who have just started their journey, and they're starting their journey by getting to Coach Summit. Like, we met a few coaches that 5 days in of being coaches, and they decided to go to Coach Summit because they knew that was going to make a difference in their business. And actually, if you look at the top 50 coaches, I know you probably don't know who they are right now, but we've looked at the top 50 coaches, and I think there's maybe 5 in there that had any sort of fitness background. So really, we aren't training people, right? Because everybody gets Beachbody On Demand, and the super trainers are actually training them, right? They get workouts, they get the nutrition plans. Of course, we are just helping them move along with that. We're helping them pick a workout to go with. We're helping them to pick a nutrition plan. And of course, if you have a fitness background and you know about training and you know about form and you know about nutrition, that's going to be an extra little tool in your belt, but it's not absolutely necessary for anyone who wants to be a coach. Okay? We're not all fitness experts. We're not all models. We're not all at our goal weight. And for those of you that aren't at your goal weight, I think those people are more relatable, right? Because not everybody is attracted to perfection, right? I don't actually think that that's a relatable goal, is to be perfection, right? I think it's more relatable if you are going on your journey and you invite people to join with you. That is so much more relatable. Sorry, I just got a notification. What matters really in this is it doesn't matter if you're fitness. It doesn't matter if you in fitness. It doesn't matter if you have business background or goal weight. It's really about what you want to put into it. If you want a future for your family, if you want to build something new, something different for your family, for the future, then, it's right for you for sure. And then one other thing I wanted to touch on is the social media. If you're in this group, you have Facebook, so we know you know how to work social media. But if you're concerned about that, how to go about it, there's a full training program on social media, specifically on how to post, how to do photos, what great apps to use, etc. We don't need to touch on that too much. Another big one is no time. We hear this a lot, that, I got this going on, I got this going on, I have this going on, I have this going on, and I just don't have time to start something new right now. Well, when we started, Natasha and I both had full-time jobs, right? I was personal training on the side, so I had a part-time job, and I was personal training in the morning and in the evenings. So I would get up before 5 a.m. I'd be at the gym for 5 a.m. for a 5 a.m. client, come home, shower quickly or shower at the gym, get to work, not even come home. I would go straight back to the gym in the evening and train a client or two at night, get home at 9 o'clock. And that was my day. And I'm going to tell you, it was hellish. Quite honestly, it was terrible. And then tack 5 kids on top of that, because we have 5 kids in a blended family. Natasha has 2, I have 3. And they're always running back and forth, weekends, throughout the week, going back and forth between us and their exes. So I you know what, we didn't have time, but we made time. Okay, there's things in the evening that we decided we didn't need to do when we started, and the first thing was television, right? We gave up on television for a while. We gave up on movies for a while, and we did that so we could sacrifice some of that fun in the short term to enable us to have more fun in the long term. And I don't mean being able to just watch TV and watch movies. I mean, going on vacations. We're going on vacations now every quarter. At least once every 3 months, we're off to somewhere. It may be coaching related, it may not be. Regardless, it is traveling, and we've now enabled ourselves in 2 years to do that, right? I think our goal right now is 2 more years, and I'll be home too with Natasha. Maybe 1, we'll see. That's dreaming, I know, but who knows? It could happen. Okay, number 7. Shakeology. We touched on it earlier, and I said I was going to touch on it again. Shakeology, we always hear this. Do I have to get it every month? No, you absolutely do not have to. And we'll talk about what you do have to do in another video. But I'm going to tell you, you should, for your health. And we talked about that. I think we talked about that this morning. It's an amazing product, and we're actually a 2-bag per month family because we consider it a business expense. Right? We live by proof of the product. We love it. We drink it every morning, and we drink 2 bags of it a month because there's 2 of us. You know what? We hear people say it's too expensive. Well, I think we touched on that this morning too with the coffee and the breakfast sandwich every morning, which is at least $2 more expensive. And like I said, it's a business expense. Okay. So those are just a few of the things that we've heard over the years. And, if you're in this group, and I know there's a few people that have continued in this group and have just thought, maybe you're thinking, well, I don't know if it's for me right now, but it might be for me, sometime down the road, 3 months, 6 months down the road. When we heard about it, we jumped on it the next day because we saw the potential for it immediately. And I'm glad we did that because we didn't wait for 6 months. We didn't wait for 10 months. We didn't wait for a year to get started because now we don't have to regret missing all that time of making an income, creating something for our family, being able to create the freedom that Natasha has now that after, 18 months, I think? 18 or 20 months, she left her job. No, 23 months. 23 months she left her corporate 9-to-5 job and now coaches full time. So, we didn't wait. We jumped on it. We took that big leap because we believed in the opportunity and we believed we could make something great of this opportunity. And we have, in the last 2 years, it's been fantastic. It's been a wild ride. We would love for y'all to join us. We want to help. We want to help each and every one of you in this group create something amazing for your life, create something amazing for your future and for your family. Take that leap. We have 2 more days to go. So by all means, keep watching, keep getting information, keep asking questions. Ask questions on these videos, post on the wall. and ask questions. Let's get some conversations going. Let's get some questions going. Absolutely. I want to know your thoughts, and I want to be able to answer all your thoughts. I want to be able to, get all those questions answered so you don't have outstanding questions and you don't have outstanding concerns at all. So tomorrow we're going to talk more about income and the compensation plan. And one of the other things that we want to do in this group is to be fully transparent. So if you have questions, if you have concerns, like I said, ask. We will answer. There is nothing hidden. We will tell you everything you need to know. All right, guys, have a fantastic Wednesday, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.